So once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Programming for Problem Solving Theory Sessions. We were continuing our third unit, which is the control structures in C, where we have seen two major types of control structures, decision making and branching, and the other one is decision making and looping. Decision making is there because we need to check some condition, and based on that condition we are going to um, decide whether we should jump to the different place or whether we should repeat something and so on, right? So decision making and branching covers if else, else if later, nested if else, switch, conditional operator, and all those things, right? And decision making and looping part we were discussing just in a previous session, which covers all these three loops: while loop, do while loop, and for loop. Where do while loop is exit control loop. So at the time of exiting the loop, you are going to decide whether you should still repeat it or skip it. Whereas while loop and for loop, these two are entry control loops, right? Which means at the time of entry, before you enter inside the loop, you are going to check your condition, and then you'll make decision whether you should enter inside this loop or you should skip this part. So we have seen all these loop syntaxes and basic programs here also. So before while, we should initialize loop control variable. With while, we should check some condition, and within while, we should update that loop control variable, right? Do while loop, again, same number of steps, but the condition will be at the end of the do while loop after the do block is completed, curly bracket completed. After that, you'll have while and then condition. Make sure do while loop requires semicolon at the end. Then the while loop example, for loop example, right? Then the for loop example. So for loop is kind of the syntax of for loop is much simpler compared to while and do while. That's why majority of students prefer to go for loop. But every loop has their own usage. If you have initialization and increment decrement at the same time, if it is possible to have at the same time, then for loop is better. But let's say some other program or code is making initialization and you're working on a loop only, then while loop works better. So depending on the requirement, we may go for any of these loops, and we have seen these examples, right? We may also go for nesting of any while, do while, for loop. Not only while inside while, but you can have any loop inside any other loop. It is possible. Then we were discussing break statement. Look, we have already seen break statement inside switch. So switch case and break. Break is going to actually break that entire block, switch block. Now similarly here, if you use break statement inside your loop, then it is going to break your loop. Now break and continue, these two are unconditional statements. So अलग से हमें if लिखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे. We are going to decide based on a if condition whether we should execute break or not. And whenever we execute break, it is going to break the iteration. It is going to break that loop. So we can have break and we can have continue also. So let us see this continue, and then we'll jump to the programs, and we will see how we can write all these programs actually. So the next statement we want to have a look at is the continue statement. Now look, continue is again unconditional statement. As I said, break and continue, both these are unconditional statements. It is going to continue your loop. Whenever continue statement encounters, it is going to jump directly to the loop, and it will start the next iteration. It will skip all the remaining part within the loop. Okay, So some statements followed by the continue statement inside your loop will be skipped. So after continue, if you have written something, then it is going to be skipped. It will directly jump to the loop and it will start the next iteration. Okay. So remember, this is not going to terminate your loop. Your loop will be continuing. It is just going to skip some part of your loop. So for example, you have while and then condition, and inside your while loop you have, based on some condition, if you say that continue. Now if this continue statement is executed, then this part is not going to be executed. It is going to be skipped. Your Whenever you have continue statement, it will directly jump to the next iteration, like that way. Okay. Similarly, if you, let's say you have a do while loop, so do while is at the end. If based on your condition you have a continue statement, then after your continue, whatever is there, it is going to be skipped, and this continue statement will directly jump to the next iteration condition. So it is going to jump to the condition directly. And the same thing happens in a for loop. For if you have a continue statement executed, then it will skip this part, and here this continue is going to jump to the next iteration increment decrement statement. Now this is where you'll find some difference between while and for. Okay, if you have incremented your variable at this place x plus plus, then it is going to be skipped. So continue statement will jump to the condition, and in that case your x will not be updated. But in a for loop, you have written x plus plus here, and it is going to be executed in any case whether you have continue statement or not. So that is one more difference inside while and for loop. Otherwise both are same, right? So if we look at the example of continue statement here, then earlier we have seen break statement. Whenever user gives negative value, we actually break that entire loop and we conclude the program. In this example, what we'll do is we are not going to conclude the program directly. We are not going to break the loop. But if user gives negative number, we will simply skip that number and we'll ask user to give the next number. So how do we do that? We initialize sum with 0. We want one number, and x is the loop control variable. So we initialize x by 0, and we check our condition. If x is less than 10, we go inside. We ask user to print to give one number. Initially x is 0 and I want user to have number 1. That's why I'm using x plus 1 here. So user will give me one number, and I'll check if that number is less than 0. Then I'll give user a message, negative numbers are not allowed, and I'll continue. So this continue statement goes to x plus plus, and it will start the next iteration. Again, it will ask user to enter a number, take the second number, and you check second number is less than 0 or not. So in a way, this loop is going to ask user to enter 10 numbers. User is going to enter total 10 numbers. Now from those 10 numbers, if user has given 3 negative numbers, then those negative numbers will be skipped. Remaining 7 numbers are going to be added in the sum, and finally you will have the answer at the end, right? So that's what the continue statement is. Okay. Yeah. Joy is asking why there is comma after num. Joy, which statement you are talking about? Okay, fine. So everyone is clear, right? So that's the example of continue statement. So that's where we actually complete our unit, where we have gone for simple statements, decision-making statements. It covers branching and looping. So we have seen looping, nesting of those controls, break and continue, as well as go to. Now let us go to the practicals and perform some of these programs to actually understand how that program will be evaluated and how it is going to ask us the number of inputs and all, right? So let me directly jump to the practicals now. We are going to perform some practicals based on loop now. So let's have loop examples. Okay. Initially, let me give you basic examples to understand loop, how loop is executed. So we'll go for some patterns. So we are going to print some patterns on the output screen, and you will have these patterns as a experiment also inside your experiment list. So you will be doing all these patterns very soon. So for example, let us have one variable x. Now we are going to use this variable as a loop control variable. Okay, so this is nothing but a declaration of loop control variable. Okay, it's nothing better. Now if I want to use do while loop, then I should initialize my variable first. So this is nothing but a loop control variable initialization part. Okay, then let us have while loop, where I should have some condition, correct? And inside curly bracket, we can go for any number of statements that we want to perform. So let's say the condition is something like x is less than 10. Look, I have initialized it with 0, and I'm checking my condition x is less than 10. So definitely it is true. So I'll go inside, and let's say we print something here. Let us print the value of x, so that it will be more clear how increment or decrement also works alongside. So let's say we print x, and then the value, so percentage d, and I want the value of x, so I'll use variable x here. So these are the executable statements, and remember, while loop or do while loop, whatever you are using, inside that loop you should be incrementing or decrementing your loop control variable. Okay, so increase or decrease your loop control variable. Now right now we are thinking of positive or forward loop, 0 to 10. So I'm going to have x plus plus here. Okay, so well, that's it. Let us run this code and have a look at what it means. Now if we want to go for dry run first, now when you look at the code, and if you try to execute this code in your mind, we call it dry run. So you think that, okay, we have one variable x is having value 0, 0 is less than 10, that is true. So we'll print the value of x. So 0 will be printed, then 0 plus plus, it will become 1. Come back to condition 1 less than 10. Yes, it is true. So we will print 1. So first we have printed 0, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Up to 9 will be printed. Then 9 plus plus becomes 10. 10 less than 10, that condition becomes false, right? And it will not go inside the loop. So this loop is terminated. Line number 22, that's where we complete the loop. So loop is terminated, and it will also end the program. So output will be something like, it is going to print 0 to 9. And let us have everything in a new line, so /n, okay? So now, if I run this code, it will ask us to select the language. So let us select C language, and now it prints all those numbers from 0 to 9. First iteration, x is 0, then 0 plus plus, so it becomes 1. Second time it prints x is 1. Next 1 plus plus, it becomes 2, so then it prints 2, and so on, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 9 plus plus, it becomes 10. 10 less than 10 is wrong. It's not the perfect condition, so program is terminated then. So this is your loop. Now, in case, look here, if I initialize my x as 10 already, and my condition is x less than 10, right? And as long as this is entry control loop, it will check your condition and then go inside. If your condition is false, it is not going to execute any of these lines. So in this case, my program will be terminated without printing any message here. Right? We don't have any output. Simply program terminates. So that indicates this is actually the entry control loop. But instead of while, let's say, if we go for do while loop, okay, so x is 10, then I go for do while loop, and then I also compare whether x is less than or equals to 10 or anything, right? Then it is going to print this statement once. एक बार तो वो 100% print करेगा, because that is exit control loop, and at the time of exit it is going to check this condition. So if I run this code now, at least वो एक बार print करेगा 10. So x is 10, and then program terminated. Now it's not because of this x plus plus. अगर मैं इस x plus plus को निकाल भी दूं, then also it is going to print that message only once. Right? We have only once, which indicates do while loop is exit control loop, और हर बार exit control loop at least एक बार तो run होगा 100% एक बार run होगा. दूसरी बार रन हो ना हो पता नहीं, दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन द कंडीशन, लेकिन एक बार तो वो 100% एग्जीक्यूट होगा. दैट्स व्हाट द exit control loop is. Okay, yeah, so fine. Let me have a look at few queries if we have. Yeah, Yusuf is asking, what if we want to add those numbers? Well, be patient. We are going to have a look at number of examples here. We'll make some. We will make few divisions also. We will print some patterns. All those things we are going to do. Dharmik is saying, can we get this practical in PDF? Well, you have entire recording. I'm not going to provide any PDF for this one. You need to type it by yourself. Abhijit is asking how we will do, because we will do because we don't have any PPS lab session. Well, that's why I'm showing that, Abhijit, you can work on online GDB, online websites, online compilers, and whenever you have extra time, you just simply perform these programs. And that's the reason I'm showing all these programs in the lecture session itself. I'm not going through only PPT and theory part. I also do some practicals in a lab session, so that you can understand how to write and where to write. Okay, Hussein is asking, is there will be int instead of init Well, oh, look, this is init is it is a comment. Look, this is initialization, short word init. Okay, this is initialization, short word. Otherwise, it was loop control variable initialization. Yeah. Select the language. Yeah, thank you, Arvind. That was the point. Second comment line, Hussein. Yeah, you are clear now. Okay. Any chance to practical session in of PPS? Well, department is working on that, and you very soon you'll be having practical sessions also. Okay. No. Yeah. Dharmik is saying, what if we take x equals to 15? Then also it'll print condition. Yes, Dharmik. If you initialize your variable x equals to 15, then also it is going to print value of x at least once. Just let me show you that thing. It will print x15 and then it will terminate the loop. Okay, you have that output and then program is ended. So it doesn't matter what is the value of x, do while loop is going to be executed at least once, and then it will decide the second iteration or not. So that's the difference between entry and exit control loops, right? If I want to show you the same example, let me have written all these loops here. Remember, do while loop is kind of a statement. It'll have semicolon at the end, whereas other loops are not going to have that semicolon at the end. Okay. So this is the example of, let's say, do while loop. Now let me comment it out. So this is multi-line comments. After that, this is the example of while loop, right? Let me also comment this out because we also want to have a look at the for loop example. So let me again make x equals to 0, or even if I do not do this at this place, at here, if I still keep x15, but whether I assign it or do not assign it doesn't going to matter a lot, because when we write for loop, the syntax of for loop is what? Inside your for loop, let me say, this is example of for loop. Okay, and the syntax of for loop, let me clarify it again here. For, then inside the bracket you are going to initialize your number, loop control variable initialization, then semicolon, you'll have condition, then semicolon, increment or decrement depending on your requirement, and then curly bracket. This is how you are going to write your for loop. So at this place, I can again go for x equals to 0 initialization. After that semicolon, condition is x less than 10. Again semicolon, and increment or decrement, so x plus plus. And then I want to print value of x, so I can have this statement here. So looking at this thing, you can say, oh, it is very simple. Just in a 3-line, I have written that entire for loop instead of going for these many lines in a while loop or do while loop. Instead of making all these things at a different place, we can have all those 3 things in a single line here: initialization, condition, increment or decrement. Well, so this one is again going to print 0 to 9. Okay, so we have 0 to 9 numbers. Now when you have just like if statement, if के अंदर अगर एक ही स्टेटमेंट है तो आप कर्ली ब्रैकेट ऑमिट कर सकते हो. सेम वे हियर इन अ लूप, अगर आपकी पूरी लूप के अंदर एक ही स्टेटमेंट है तो आप कर्ली ब्रैकेट omit कर सकते हो. This is also correct. Okay, let me run this just to show you it will work, right? So remember, curly bracket जो है आप neglect कर सकते हो only if you have a single statement. कर्ली ब्रैकेट का जो ब्लॉक बनाओगे आप, उसके अंदर एक ही स्टेटमेंट लिखना है तो आप वो कर्ली ब्रैकेट निग्लेक्ट कर सकते हो. But if you want to have more than one statements, then it is compulsory. आपको ये ब्रैकेट करने होंगे. So keep this in your mind. Okay. Now this is a forward loop. It is called forward loop. Now you can have a backward loop also. Let's say we initialize x by 10 and we decrease our x minus minus. Now make sure you write your condition proper. So while x is greater than 0. So starting from 10, while x is greater than 0, I'm going to print value of x and I'll do x minus minus. So this will print 10 to 1. It will not print 0, remember. So this is a backward loop. X is 10, then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and so on. So these are the basic examples of simple loops. Now let me comment this thing also at this place. Okay, so what we have done is we have commented all those things. And let me close all these blocks. So we don't want unnecessary part at a screen. Fine. So now I want to show you the nesting example. Let's use for loop and I'll have some condition here. Let's say x equals to 0, x is less than 3, x plus plus, and then curly bracket. Now I want to go for nesting. So inside this for loop, I'm going to create another for loop, for and curly bracket. But remember, when we go for nested for loop, अगर आपके पास दो लूप है तो आपको दो लूप कंट्रोल वेरिएबल चाहिए. Just like x, you need to have another variable, let's say y, x and y. आपने दो वेरिएबल लिए क्योंकि आपके पास दो लूप है जिसको आप कंट्रोल करना चाहते हो. So one loop, outer loop, and this one is the inner loop. Let me go for y equals to 0, y less than 3, y plus plus. So what we are doing here is we have an outer loop which is going to run from 0 up to 2. Look, I have less than 3. When it becomes equals to 3, it will terminate. So 0, 1 and 2 तीन बार चलेगी outer loop. Now हर बार inner loop जो है वो भी तीन बार चलती है, starting from 0 up to 2, 0, 1 and 2. So when your x is 0, y will start from 0, it will go up to 2. तीन बार चला. Then आपने x को increase किया, x becomes 1. अब जब x 1 है तब y फिर से 0 से लेके 2 तक चलेगा. So दूसरी बार ये run हुआ 3 times. Then you make x plus plus, x becomes 2. When x is equals to 2, y फिर से 0 से लेके 2 तक चला. The third time it has executed. So 3 plus 3 plus 3, total 9 times this statement is going to be executed, whatever you write here. Printf. Let me print star only. So what is going to be happening here? This printf statement is going to be executed total 9 times. 3 multiplied by 3. total 9 times, right? So let's have a look at that thing. So I have that for loop here, and if I run this one, total 9 stars will be printed here. Now those, believe me, those are 9 stars. We don't want to calculate that right now, the small characters, but it is. Now, because we don't have any /n or nothing at this place, it is simply printing stars in a single line. And this is how it prints. But using this nested for loop, you can actually go for the matrix structure to try to understand what is a matrix structure. Okay. Let me show you that in a page like this one. So when you talk about matrix, it is what it is. It is actually something like rows and columns, right? If you talk about 3 cross 3 matrix, then it'll have 3 rows and 3 columns. So something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now using nested for loops, you can actually create this kind of a structure in the output. So it's kind of what we want is we want star, star, star. After that, we want to have a new line, enter. Then we again want star, 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 and then we want new line, enter. Again we want star, star, and star. Now if you think about rows, okay, and columns, then this is your first row, second row, third row, right? And when you think about columns, this is your first column, second column, and third column. Now outer for loop generates your rows, inner for loop can generate your columns. So we can say X is for number of rows and Y is for number of columns. We can think like that way. So what happens is when X is equals to 1, your Y is ranging from 1 to 3 and then a new line. So your X will be incremented. Again, when your X is 2, your Y is ranging from 1, 2 up to 3 and then complete the loop of Y. Go to the next line, which means you increase your X by 1. फिर से Y will range from 1, 2 up to 3. So this is how we can understand this entire structure. Now the thing is, inside our program, instead of going from 1, we started from 0. You can start it from 1, doesn't matter, but हम ये पहले से एक आदत बनाना चाहते हैं कि जब हम एरे यूज करेंगे तो एरे इंडेक्स हमेशा 0 से स्टार्ट होगी. सो उस वक्त हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो समझने में, इसलिए आज ही से हम लूप जो है ज्यादातर 0 से स्टार्ट करेंगे. So we can easily understand that thing, right? So that's what the reason I have started all the loops from 0. You can always start it from 1. It depends on you how many times you want to run. So this is going to be something like 0, 1, and 2 rows, 0, 1, and 2 columns, and inside that we want to print stars. So when I'm done with my inner loop y खत्म होने के बाद मुझे न्यू लाइन करनी है यहाँ पे, करेक्ट? एंड दिस इज माय x. दूसरी बार जैसे ही मैं y की लूप चलाऊंगा, जैसे ही मेरी y की लूप एक बार खत्म होती है, उसके बाद मुझे न्यू लाइन करना है, एंटर. So that's what we want to do in our program also. If we go to our program, when I complete the loop of y, जब y की लूप खत्म हो जाए, उसके बाद आप क्या करोगे? printf /n, make a new line. So what will happen is it is going to print, when your x is 0, it is going to print 3 stars, and then it will make new line. X is equals to 1, again 3 star print karo, because y की loop 3 बार चलेगी, and make a new line. So it is going to print 3 cross 3 matrix with stars. Okay, so we have 3 cross 3 stars. Now just to differentiate all, let me have one space after this star. Okay, one empty space here, so it'll look much better to understand. So we have 3 cross 3 stars. Now instead of star, if you just want to have some numbers, you can always go for some number, like for example, I have a, okay, and I have initialized it with 1. So what I can do is, instead of printing star, I can print %d space or value of a, and every time I'm going to make a plus plus. Now look, this a plus plus is inside y. तो जैसे ही मैं प्रिंट करता हूं, आई एम गोइंग टू इंक्रीज इट. 1 प्रिंट किया तो 2 कर दो, 2 प्रिंट किया तो 3 कर दो, 3 प्रिंट किया तो 4 कर दो, एंड सो ऑन. So if you are incrementing that variable inside this nested loop, then you will have 1 to 9 in a 3 cross 3 matrix. 1 to 3, new line. 4, 5, 6, new line. 7, 8, 9. Okay. So that's what you can do. Now if you print value of x or value of y, अगर मैं a की बजाय x प्रिंट करूं, तो वो हर बार रो नंबर प्रिंट करेगा. फर्स्ट रो के अंदर ऑल 0, देन सेकंड रो के अंदर ऑल 1, एंड सो ऑन. 0 0 0 1 1 1 2 2 2. So that's 0th row, first row, second row. Now you can print y also, then it represents your columns. So your first column will have 0 always, second column will have 1, and third column will have 2. So vertically 0, 1, and 2. So you can easily understand this thing. X is representing row, whereas Y is representing column. Okay. So any more queries in understanding this nested loop and rows and columns? Any doubt here? Yep. How about Jay? Jay, you were asking more elaboration on nested loops. Well, definitely you need to do some practice, then you'll be much clear. Let's do some more practice here on patterns, because now you'll feel it interesting. Instead of going for numbers and do some random work, let us try out some patterns. We have seen very basic pattern right now, so let us discuss it again on a page to make it more clear, right? At present we have gone for a very basic pattern, like right now we'll be talking about 3 cross 3 only. Okay, we don't want to go for much larger numbers. So this is a full 3 cross 3 star matrix, and that is what we have already seen how to create it. We have number of rows and number of columns, correct? Now what if I just want to have, let's say, only lower triangular matrix from this one? For example, let's say, what if we only want this much part? Okay, so what you should do is you should always analyze your pattern first. Now this is what you want, okay, and you don't want this part. Now in that case, what you should do is you need to first find out row number and column numbers. So this is, let's say 0, 1 and 2. We require 3 rows. Okay, 3 rows. So you are much clear, like let's say okay, x equals to 0 से लेके मुझे x less than 3 तक जाना होगा, x plus plus. I am much clear about this thing. Then when I look at columns, तो columns के लिए भी मुझे पता चलेगा कि अच्छा 3 column भी है. Fine, I should go for, ये मैट्रिक्स है तो नेस्टेड तो लेना पड़ेगा. Y equals to 0, y less than 3, y plus plus. लेकिन अब आप देखोगे कि ये तो कॉमन लूप हो गया इसके जैसे. Then what is the difference? Then you'll more analyze this thing. When you have 0th row, at that time you only have 0th column. एक ही स्टार है आपके पास. And then you make enter. ये दो बाकी के 2 स्टार जो हैं वो आपको नहीं चाहिए. You don't print those 2 stars. Which means when your x is 0, y must be equals to 0 and complete. You complete your while loop. So when you go for printing, printf, you are going to print your star, and when you are done with inner loop, you will print /n, right? लेकिन अब आपको ये डिसाइड करना है कि y की लूप हर बार 3 times रन नहीं होगी. Let us understand. Y की लूप मतलब number of columns is decided based on number of rows. 0th रो में एक ही बार, 2nd रो में 2 बार, 3rd रो में 3 बार. फिर से, when you are at first line, only 1 column, right? When you are at second line, first column as well as second column. And when you are at the 3rd line, first column, second column and 3rd column. Okay, which means if x and y you are thinking about, then x and y both are depending, or in other words, actually y is depending on x. y एक ही बार रन होगा अगर पहला रो है, y 2 बार रन होगा अगर दूसरा रो है, y 3 बार रन होगा अगर तीसरा रो है. Which means actually y is always depending on x. Correct? So in that case, in this loop, what we can think of is, instead of running loop of y always 3 times, 0 से लेके less than 3, ऐसा नहीं करना है. What we will do is we will depend our y on x. We will say if y is less than or equals to x, only then you run it. Only then you run your loop. x 0 है, y भी 0 है, equal है तो print. Now when your y will be increased, x तो अभी भी 0 ही है, तो 1 less than equals to 0, no, skip your loop of y. तो वो एक बार प्रिंट करके बाहर निकल गया, right? Now दूसरी बार क्या होगा, when your x becomes 1, y तो फिर से 0 ही स्टार्ट करेगा. Now 0 less than 1, yes, 1 less than equals to 1, yes, 2 बार प्रिंट किया, and then it will terminate. So this is your final code for lower triangular matrix if you want to print, right? अगर आपको lower triangular matrix चाहिए तो आप ये वाला loop ले सकते हो where y is depending on x. So let us see that example here. Again, what I'll do is I'm going to print star only. So we'll only print star and then space just to differentiate those things. Let me remove this A. Now, if we run this code, this is full 3 cross 3. Let us have a look at it once. So this is full 3 cross 3 matrix, correct? Now we only want lower triangular matrix. So I'm going to depend my y on x. If y is less than or equals to x, I'm going to print star. So this will print lower triangular matrix. Okay, it is going to print lower triangular matrix. Now, can anyone tell me what should I have a condition here if I just want to have upper triangular matrix here? Try to find out the condition. I'm not going to change any other place. I'm not going to make any change at any other place. मुझे सिर्फ ये condition change करना है and I just want to have upper triangular matrix. What should be my condition? Try to find it out and tell me. Yeah, now Manav and Dharmik is saying y greater equals to 0. Look, try to understand. Your x always starts with 0. Your y is always starting from 0. तो सबसे पहला कंडीशन क्या होना चाहिए? Think about it. Look, अंधेरे में तीर मत चलाओ. Think about it first. Think what should happen when I have this 0, 0 value? What should happen if I have 1, 0 or 0, 1 value? Will it be running properly? Y is, look, x is 0, y is also 0. So y is never going to become greater than x initially. तो फिर आपका लूप नहीं चलेगा. अगर लूप नहीं चलेगा तो आप इंक्रीमेंट कैसे करोगे y को? So it's not possible, right? So y greater equals to x is not possible. X less than equals to y. Vyom, x is less than equals to y. Now this is going to become infinite loop. Inner loop जो है वो infinite हो जाएगा. Because initially we have x equals to 0, y equals to 0, condition becomes true. और उसके बाद y is always going to be increased. So y हम हर बार बड़ा ही रहेगा and your condition is always going to be true. Then it is going to become infinite loop if you write x less equals to y. Yeah, now Vyom is a little bit near somewhere. Look, Vyom is saying that why not to go for a backward loop of y? We have seen forward loops only, 0 to positive side. Now Vyom is saying initialize y with 3 and then go for y minus minus. Well, that will work. So let us do that thing first. It is simple. Yeah, but look, always condition will depend on x. So we will initialize y with 3 and we will go for y minus minus. तो 3 से लेके 0 तक जाना चाहिए. 3, 2 and 1. तो फिर यहाँ पे equals to नहीं आएगा. Okay. Then you will have upper triangular matrix. Good. What happened? Excuse me. Well, we have something, but it is not printed. Why? So 3. Yeah. Oh, it should be greater than. Okay. Y greater than x. Only then you are going to print star. So we have upper triangular matrix here. But my question was different. I said, I don't want to make any change any other place. So y is always going to be 0. I'm always going for positive loop and I want to have this thing. Okay, so this is my lower triangular again. Now my question was, I just want to change at this place, make change at this place, only in condition. अगर सिर्फ कंडीशन के अंदर ही मुझे कुछ चेंज करना है तो क्या कर सकता हूँ? थिंक अबाउट इट. नो, x माइनस माइनस तो कैसे कर पाऊंगा? x इज स्टार्टिंग विथ 0. x माइनस माइनस कर दूंगा तो वो हर बार लेस देन 3 रहेगा, इनफाइनाइट लूप हो जाएगा. वी कैन नॉट गो फॉर x माइनस माइनस ओनली. x इक्वल्स टू y, सिंगल इक्वल्स टू कभी नहीं चलेगा. रिमेंबर, सिंगल इक्वल्स टू इज द असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर. अगर आपको कंडीशन चेक करना है तो डबल इक्वल्स टू आना चाहिए. स्टिल डबल इक्वल्स टू विल नॉट वर्क. इट इज ओनली गोइंग टू प्रिंट प्रिंसिपल डायगोनल. x और y दोनों इक्वल कब होंगे? फर्स्ट रो फर्स्ट कॉलम, सेकंड रो सेकंड कॉलम, थर्ड रो थर्ड कॉलम. So that will be your principal diagonal. So that should not work here. Let me tell you. Focus here. I said I just want to work on this condition. No other change. And that change will be something like, look at this place. Y is less than 3 minus x. Y is less than 3 minus x. So first time 3 minus 0. So y less than 3. 3 बार चलेगा. दूसरी बार जब x की लूप चल रही होगी, x की वैल्यू होगी 1. So it will become 3 minus 1. So 2. 0 से less than 2. 2 बार चलेगा. एंड जब तीसरी बार x की वैल्यू आपको 2 मिलेगी, 3 minus 2 will become 1. So y जो है वो 0 से लेके less than 1 एक ही बार चलेगा. So that's the only change I made. Okay, so let us test it out. This is going to print your upper triangular matrix. So here you need to be a little bit more clear in mathematics, how you can achieve something using mathematical operations, right? So any doubt at this place? Great. Then let us have a look at little bit more complex pattern. So for that, let me give you something else. Yeah, let's have a look at here. I want to have something like this one. What do you think? Yeah. Sohan says time over. Still we have 1 minute, Sohan, if you want to try. एक मिनट में कुछ तो ट्राई कर सकते हो. I know that we will not be able to complete this part, but before we leave this lecture or this session, मैं आपको कुछ देना चाहता था. This is what I want to give you, so that when you come to next lecture, come with some idea how we can achieve this thing. And before you leave this lecture, let me give you one hint also. Always think about matrix. Now what do you see? You have blank space, blank space, blank space, and then star. Otherwise, this is not achievable. Then you have blank space, and then 2 stars. And then you have blank space and then 3 stars. And in the fourth line or any other line, no spaces and all 4 stars. That's a little bit of hint. Now you can try it by yourself, and we will be looking at the solution of this one in next lecture. Thank you everyone for being part of this session, and hope to see you very soon in the next. Bye bye.